Hello gamers. Now I'm sure you may have heard me say this many times before, but today we are talking about something very different. As today I'm not only talking about a game I've never played before, but it's a game that you can't play anymore, and it's also a mobile game, which this is most likely the only mobile game I will ever be talking about probably. Now before I talk about the game, maybe some of you are like me when you're sitting back watching a TV show and start to wonder, is there a shittily made game developed by some developer who just wants to poop out the game for a bunch of extra cash flow? I do this a lot. Most recently I did this when watching The Blacklist, and not surprisingly the only game is a mobile game, which is not the game I'm talking about today however, as that Blacklist game looks, well, to be honest, like trash. However, after looking up that game and getting disappointed, I then went and watched some YouTube shorts to pass the time when I got recommended a clip from the TV show Sons of Anarchy.
Vandalism, deadly weapon, that's 6 months in county, asshole.
Violating a restraining order? You'll be in the cell next to me. They teach you how to suck a dick in ATF school?
Badass biker.
You guys gave it your best shot. You got nothing on Sam Crow. And you harassing Tara, that ends here. And next time it won't be a piece of shit car I'm draining fluid from.
You threatening a federal agent?
I'm threatening you. Go away. It's my last warning.
And apart from making me want to rewatch the whole TV show, I also decided to look up if there's any video games for that TV show, and came across the video game Sons of Anarchy: The Prospect, an iOS-only released multi-episode story-based game. Not much is really known about the game. The first of 10 episodes was released on the App Store in a fully playable state, which you can find videos on YouTube of it. After the release of the game, the developers went on a temporary hiatus, as this being their first game. They had some issues. They took a break as they were trying to work on porting the game to other systems. And then almost a whole year after releasing episode 1, the game's socials and website was taken down, and the game was removed from the App Store, and Apple issued refunds for everyone who had bought the game's season pass. So what did we know about this game? Well, about episodes 2 to 10, not much at all. But as episode 1 was 100% playable, we do see where the story and the game was going. In the game, you play as Clint, a motorbike mechanic and the son of the old president of the Lincoln chapter of the Sons of Anarchy, referred to as Sam Lynn, and Clint's brother Duke, a member of the Sons. Clint, however, is not. He lives with his dad, who is currently on his deathbed, just trying to stay alive to see his son go off to college. And he has even stored up a large sum of money stashed under his bed in a shoebox for Clint when he does go off to college. However, throughout the years, Clint has been raiding this stash without his dad knowing, to be able to keep the landlord happy and the power on. However, halfway through the episode, Duke, Clint's brother, and other members of the Sons, including Tig from the TV show up as Duke is looking for a gun, buying his dad's gun from Clint. And then that night, Tig sends one of the club's girls called Beatrice over to thank Clint for giving the gun, when Beatrice gets a call from Duke saying that the clubhouse is under attack. And that's when Clint and Beatrice take off on Clint's dirt bike, making a run to the clubhouse to try to help out. Once arriving at the clubhouse, there's an explosion, and it would turn out that the rival motorbike gang, the Mayans, are already there. The game ending with Clint, you, having the choice to either shoot or not to shoot an injured Mayan soldier. And that's where the episode ends, on a very dramatic ending, and sadly, we will most likely never get to finish the story or even play this game unless you have an iPhone from 2015 which already had the game installed on it. Now, as you can tell by me making this video, I think that this game had a lot of potential to be a very good game. And one factor to that is that this game looks like games I've played before, as if you look up videos of the game, you can tell that its direction was very much inspired by all of the Telltale games, which if you haven't heard of them, they're kind of known for making games like this, taking stories from different mediums and bringing them into their own little game format. Most famously, of course, being The Walking Dead. And to be honest, I wouldn't have been surprised if this game may have eventually been offered to Telltale if they were able to keep their doors open. With games like The Walking Dead, Batman, and Game of Thrones, a Sons of Anarchy game seems right up their alleyway. Unfortunately for me and other gamers who are also just so happen to be fans of Sons of Anarchy, it is unlikely that this game will ever be finished. And with the TV series finishing way back in, God, when did it finish? Like 2013, 2014? Almost a whole decade ago. And the Mayans TV show finishing just earlier this year, it is unlikely we'll ever get a game, as the series will slowly fade away, getting on the metaphorical bike and riding off into the distance. Maybe getting hit by a truck. Who knows? Also, just gotta jump in at the end here. Whilst writing this script, I had no idea what gameplay I was going to put in the background because I didn't just want to download someone else's gameplay and use that. So I decided to buy Days Gone, as it's the only motorbike gang game, MC game I could think of. It's not, obviously, it's a zombie game, but your character was a part of an MC. So I went with that game, which also means you can expect a video on Days Gone in the future, as that game did have a rocky launch, but now, at least from what I've played of it so far, pretty good game. But anyways, I'll see you guys later.